today we're going to discuss about the overview of user interface and user experience design. So, so in our subject, so we have framed set of objectives. So here the objectives are to understand the fundamental concepts of user interface and user experience design, and the prototyping models, and how it is analyzing, and how it going to be test, and what are all the applications belongs to that the theme. Then the final objective is to learn to develop a real-time applications. Then the outcomes are the following. So upon the completion of this course, the user will able to do the following outcomes. Interpret the concept of user interface and user experience designs, and discover the different methods for organizing the content. Then describe the knowledge of different heuristics and design interactions for an applications. Then illustrate the process of prototyping, analyzing, and testing the applications. Then apply the real-time product designing using thinking. So in our syllabus, in our first unit is the introduction part. In the introduction part consists of the following topics: the fundamentals of graphics designs, principles of visual design, mental model, cognitive model, and UIUX, that is model in user experience, then means to an end, then basics of user research, patterns, project ecosystem, then project objectives and approaches, then four tenets of user experience strategies and user research and personas. Okay, so in our first unit, uh, so what is experience and user interface? So here, user UI and UX stands for user interface and user experience, which are the two essential components of designing and developing a digital product, so such as website, mobile applications, and software interfaces. The user interfaces refers to an visual elements, layouts, and interactive components of a digital product that user interacts with. It focuses on the presentation and aesthetic of design, including elements such as buttons, menus, forms, icons, and typography. Then the goal of user interface design is to create an attractive and intuitive and visually pleasing and guides user through the products and facilities. Then user experience encompasses the overall experience and satisfaction that users have while interacting with digital product. It involves understanding the user needs, preferences, and behaviors to create a seamless and meaningful experience. And user experience design involves activities such as user research and information architecture and interaction design and usability testing. The goal is to optimize the user journey to ensuring that the product is use efficient and provides the value to the user. Here, the fundamentals of graphics design. The first topic, the graphic design is the art of visual communication through the use of typography and imaginary, color, and layouts. It involves creating designs that are aesthetically pleasing and while effectively conveying the message to the audience. For example, the elements of the graphic designs are lines, shapes, texture, forms, space, colors, typography. So likewise, we have a lot of elements in the graphic designs. Then the key elements of graphic designs includes line, shape, form, texture, space. The line is nothing but it is defined as the path of point moving through the space. Line can vary in style. That is, for example, straight, curve, spiral, etc. And it can evoke different emotions and create the depth in the designs. Shape, two-dimensional enclosed area which with length and width. And this can be either geometric, for example, regular mathematical shapes, or organic, that is natural, free form shapes. Form. The three-dimensional versions of shapes are there, adding depth to the length and width. Forms can create volumes and dimensions in design. Then texture refers to both actual physical service quality and visual responses, how something might feel. That is, for example, a rough smooth, etc. Space, the area where the design elements exist and interact. This includes space occupied by the elements or negative spaces, empty areas which can be for the compositions. Colors. It is described by its hue, lightness, and saturation. This image notes that all colors deserves from the primary colors plus black and white. Color is a powerful tool for conveying the mood and encompasses. Typography. It's an art of arranging text, including font size and layouts. The goal is to making text both readable and visually appealing. Imaginary. This visual images used in design, including photographics and illustrations, icons and graphics, and includes both selection and strategic placements of these elements. Principles of visual design. So the principles of visual design is a guidelines that helps to designers to create aesthetically pleasing and effective designs. They ensure that visual elements work together harmoniously and communicate the intended message clearly. Here they are the key points. Balance, symmetrical balance. Balance can be classified two types. One is symmetrical balance and an asymmetric balance. Symmetric balance is elements that are arranged in the equally either side of the axis, creating a formal or stable look. Yes, here elements are not mirrored but are still balanced their size, color, and placements. This create more dynamic visual design principles, unity, hierarchy, balance, contrast, scale, dominance. So likewise, we have a number of principles are there. Then contrast. So contrast is refers to the use of opposing elements. For example, it's a light versus dark, big versus small, rough versus smooth, highlights important features in the design. For example, bright all to an action button against a dark background creates some strong visual elements. Emphasis. Emphasis is the strategy of making one element stands out more than others in the design. This draws the viewer's attention to the key areas of the design. Techniques for creating emphasis include size, color, placement, then movement. Movement is nothing but it refers to the way of viewer's eye travel through the design guides the viewer's eye in the particular direction, helping them to navigate efficiently. Then repetition, proximity, and alignments. These are all the things are the